Yo, what's going on, guys? Shader from Walkabout Sound, and in this video, we're going to be recreating a Trampa and Mastadon style tearout bass, and it sounds insane. This is what it sounds like. So, if you guys like that sound, please hit that like button, just so I have an idea of how many of you guys actually like the sound. You know, it really just helps get me an idea of what you guys are going for. So hit that like button if you like the sound, and make sure you click that subscribe button if you're new here, because we have insane tutorials coming out on a weekly basis now. Okay, serum tutorials on a weekly basis. You can't ask for anything more in the entire world besides our serum packs, because they're amazing. But let's go ahead and jump right into this patch. We're going to start off by initializing the preset, and what we're going to do here is we're just going to be using 3 oscillators, and 0 modulation is going on here. I know, nothing is being modulated. It's insane, except the pitch in the background is just going dun 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 up 2 semitones, I believe. But anyways, we're gonna start off by just turning on oscillator A and oscillator B, and I'm gonna leave the sub alone for the side because that's gonna come into play once we turn on the distortion. Oscillator A, we're going to turn on frequency modulation from oscillator B, and we're just going to turn this up to about 60%. Now the FM is kind of a tricky spot here because whatever point you turn it to, it'll have a little bit different of a tone. When we put it at about the 60 percentile, it does just have a nicer sound, which is why I do that. No technical real reason behind there. Yeah, so since we're running FM from oscillator B, we can go ahead and turn on this level. We're going to go ahead and choose both of these 2 basic shapes, and we're just going to choose a saw wave. I know that I was on a saw wave anyways. It doesn't really matter though if you're using the initialized one or just going with saw wave. I just like doing this so I can mess around with some other basic shapes. Anyways, we're going to turn this up 2 octaves, so we do have a 2 pitch differential between the frequency modulation. Oops, one sec. Okay, there we go. Oops. And that's really going to be the basis of what our sound is going to be built off of. Okay, so this is the part that really just thickens up the sound and makes it sound as heavy as it does in what I previously created. We're going to go to the miscellaneous section, and we're going to go ahead and choose our reverb filter. Okay, so the reverb filter is just going to be positioned at around, let's say, 24, 23 hertz. This is another thing, it's all up to where you specifically place the knob, because it is really specific as to where it's located, the different hertz. That's probably somewhere around where it is, and I'm just going to turn up this drive, turn down that master, and yeah, now we are getting somewhere. We're going to go into the effects section, and here I'm going to first turn on the distortion and turn this up so it's the first effect on the effect rack. So the effects are first going to go through the distortion, and all we're doing here is we're turning down the drive. And this is really going to make a difference once we turn on the sub. Oh yeah, the sub has to be processed through the filter, by the way. Make sure you turn that on. See what I mean? Oh my gosh, as soon as we turn on the sub, it just takes over the whole entire sound. So the sub level, we're going to leave it around here, because it adds in that lower end that the sound is actually missing. Yeah, it's pretty cool. We can... Okay. Yeah, back into the effects. Make sure you guys just mess around with this, whatever you guys are feeling. Okay, so into the effects, we're just going to turn down our hyper a little bit, to about 30%. Dimension expander, you guys already know the deal with that. You know, it's pretty basic. Phaser, let's go ahead and drop this rate all the way down to 0, depth all the way down to 0, and frequency all the way down to 20 hertz. Now, what we're going on here is we're basically emulating a guitar amp sound. It just kind of sounds like that when you drop the rate, depth, and frequency all the way down. See? But we don't want that too heavy, so we're going to turn this down to about 50%. And finally, we're going to turn on our compressor. Select that multiband. Maybe turn up a gain. Now we can turn up the master, so it's not clipping, but you know, we do have a nice sound output. Okay. Now it's the part where we can just kind of mess around with this. Oh, that sounds good. And one last touch, I'm just going to put on macro 1 and go global master tune here because I'm just modulating that in the background. We're going to make it go up 2 semitones. Okay. Yep. And that is one fire ass sound, and that's all it took, guys. So make sure you guys drop a like on this video if you already didn't do that, because this was a bomb ass tutorial. So I hope that you guys like the sound. Make sure that you guys check out our other videos. A whole playlist is going to be right here that you can check out. It's all of our serum tutorials, so make sure you check that out. But I'm Shane from Rockabout Sound, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.